I guess I should speak closer to the microphone. I'll start with a quick question here. How many of you guys are programmers? Okay, so quite a few. And how many among you are familiar with Solidity or Cairo or Rust? Great, 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 great. Okay, nice. So very quickly, I'm Sam. I've been passionate about cryptography and more importantly, it's concrete use cases for the better part of the last 6 years. And I'm very excited to talk a little bit about Node Guardians. But first, just some background about me. I'm the founder of Node Guardians, and it's been a fun ride. I've very weird background. You know, I've had these parents which I was basically in med school. I dropped in the middle. And anyway, I had the choice between like the law school, the engineering path, and the doctor path. So I basically just dropped everything and played Age of Empires 2 at a high elo and started reading about blockchain. So out of this, I was basically like venturing and trying to see what could I do to contribute to that space, build a few initiatives. One of them is Journal du Coin. It's like a French media that deals with blockchain. It grew to a few million users a year. I did some podcasts, learned a few things, and also we've done some stuff that maybe we shouldn't have done. That's pretty much it. So a very weird path, And then what I was trying to basically develop Journal du Coin, I was working with a lot of the leading foundations. Edge and Node is one of them, Pranav, but also other Ethereum-centric, let's say, foundations. And I discovered a major problem is that they were facing a problem where basically creating and maintaining high-quality resources for experienced developers to basically engage and get new developers was really complicated. Either like the resources were not free, or they were like scattered, or you had to do some weird stuff to access the chapter 2 of the resource, like giving your Twitter or retweet something. And yeah, it was definitely not easy. So I asked myself, what could be the best way to create an experience for me to experience, senior developers to level up their knowledge in the most fun, community-based, and permissionless way. So that's how I came to build Node Guardians with my amazing team, which is unfortunately not here, mostly in France, but I give them a great shout out because they're doing some amazing work. So that's pretty much it. Node Guardians is a role-playing game that caters to seasoned Solidity developers. It's very simple. You log in with your Web3 wallet, and you have to solve lore-based programming challenges, a little bit like in Heroes of Might and Magic, or Baldur's Gate, or Lineage. Each quest has a narrative arc, and based on the code that you ship, you basically unlock the ending of the quest. So I said it caters to seasoned Solidity programmers. Maybe in the future we'll expand it also to beginners, but the idea is just to create an experience that's reminiscent of role-playing games, while actually tackling like complex Solidity problems like advanced design patterns, good practices, etc., etc. So I'll go for a quick demo at the end, but I'm just showing some quick screenshots here. That's it. And while you complete the challenges, you unlock some soulbound rewards in the form of gold and XP that you cannot trade, and you can use that to craft some of the hundreds of in-game items that we've built that represent how proficient you are as a smart contract programmer. And again, for the whole experience, you do not need to give me your email, your name, or your phone number whatsoever. You just take a burner wallet, and you can get started. We also have a ranking system, a leaderboard, where based on like your level of completion of the game and soon how gas efficient your code is, you can climb up the ladder, a little bit like, like the StarCraft Elo, the League of Legends Elo. That's the same thing. And yeah, one question that a lot of folks among the crowd might be asking themselves is, why would I even solve these challenges? Because just knowledge it's probably not enough. So we have a whole progression system. You start as a scholar, then you become a mage or a high mage, and eventually a guardian. But that does not imply any obligation. You don't need to give me something or some money or your like your phone number whatsoever. You can just like go deep down the game, complete challenges, and unlock access to these different status. What it enables you is access to different IRL events that we organize, CTFs, and different meetings that we do all around the world, in France, in Portugal, in the US. And one cool example, for instance, is that if you're a developer looking to contribute to meaningful open source projects or to build some things and get close to some interesting foundations, for instance, we tend now to organize some kind of hacker houses in different cities around the world. The one that I'm announcing now is that one in Paris. You can stay for 1 week in Paris, in the center of Paris, and hack with other open source contributors, hackers, and DevRel from Starknet, but also beyond, on very interesting problems. And as a Guardian, you don't need to pay for your accommodation. So we try to select among the first ones that manifest their interest to join us, and they can just get some fun experience and be part of that community. And there's more to come. So yeah, we have some folks from our community contributing to cool initiatives, like the Kakarot ZK EVM, or the Madara sequencer for Starknet app chains, but also a few others that I can introduce later. And the idea is that based on how high your profile is on Node Guardians, you can use this proof of skills to be matchmaked with different foundations and protocols, and eventually land a job or work as a contributor on something that's compelling to you. If you want to keep your main job and you just want to do some contributions on the side, this is actually possible. Right now, you just need to reach out to me on Discord, and we can figure out a way to matchmake you with someone, and it's really seamless and based out of consent. I'm not going to send you an email whatsoever. I really insist on that aspect. And soon, very soon, probably next month, you'll have a matchmaking interface where you can just select whatever is relevant to you, and then you take it from there, and you get to work with the project that's relevant to you. So yeah, that's one of the interface, basically the interface when you want to share your profile. There's some kind of skill tree that represents how far you've been in design patterns, low-level programming, etc. And you can also display your armor. Some items are really hard to craft, and some items require you to complete some specific CTF in a given time frame. So that's pretty much it. It's a public good, and it will remain like that. So it's not a pay-to-win whatsoever. It's free to play. And yeah, some cool metrics that I could share with you. We have about 80 hours of content on Solidity that's available right now. Yeah, 670 developers actually pushing code through the pipeline. So that's actually active users, not people just signing up with MetaMask. And yeah, there are 4,320 quests that have been completed, programming challenges. We are fortunate to collaborate with different ecosystems that ship interesting technology, like Axelar, Starknet, Celestia, and some others. And right now, we're working towards our next big integration, which is supporting Cairo 1.0 Node Guardians. And yeah, when we mean integration, it's like a DLC on World of Warcraft, like the Burning Crusade. It's dozens of hours of content, a new lore, new armors, new collectibles, and a new intrigue for the challenges and new mechanisms for these CTFs, some new spice. So every character in Node Guardians and every quest, they're kind of linked. There's one quest that matches with another, and there are a lot of Easter eggs that are hidden, and there's sometimes some rewards to spot these Easter eggs, let's put it this way. So yeah, we're really trying to provide an experience that's reminiscent to people who love role-playing games or just gaming in general. But if you hate gaming, it's totally okay. I respect that. We've designed the product in a way where you can skip the lore and just focus directly on the technical problem and just hack your way through. That's it. That's totally okay. Regarding the types of quests, I'll introduce them very quick, do a quick demo afterwards. We have the build challenges, where you need to solve an arbitrary programming problem. But for these ones, you need to fork a public repository on GitHub and install our Git app so that we can run private tests to see if your code satisfies certain criteria. Then you have the pure CTF, like steal the money, manipulate that oracle whatsoever. Everything is done on testnet. You don't need anything to do that. No credentials on GitHub whatsoever. What I call resource management or gas optimization. And then you have theory. Theory, these are actually articles that abstract the complexity of some, like concepts like elliptic curve cryptography or zero knowledge or, yeah, what is like randomness. Stuff that you might need to know before tackling some hardcore like practical problems. And that can actually be fun for someone who's not a developer in the crowd. You can just check these quests, read them, and yeah, potentially learn something out of that. So that's pretty much it. And as the name suggested, and there's a lore around that, we are node guardians. So we guard the nodes, and yeah, you can consider delegating on our infrastructure, contributing whatsoever, you're more than welcome, but that's not an obligation. Yeah, we also have a team of 11 passionate developers and product specialists. We're soon going to scale, so if you want to join us on this fun trip, fun journey, keep an eye out on our Discord. And the idea is that you don't need to join us formally as a team member to contribute. We're slowly moving towards a fully permissionless protocol, and we have different contributors from the Ethereum Foundation, ImmuneFi, and different like different entities that are either pushing theory or practical content. So progressively, the ownership of the platform becomes the guardians, the actual community members. What's next? Probably planning to pivot to AI. I still haven't made the decision, but actually, if you want to discuss about around this, I'm more than happy to talk. Can't really reveal that on stage. That's it. The platform is www.nodeguardians.io. You can find it there. If you have any question about Node Guardians, I check all my DMs on Twitter or on Discord. If you have any issue with a challenge, every engineer at Node Guardians is actually a community manager. So we'll be more than happy to give you the right amount of hints so you can untangle your situation with one of our quests. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for your time. And I propose that I just show you very quickly how the interface is, how it looks like, what's the flow, and then I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you might have. So yeah. So I logged in here with Rabbi or MetaMask, whatever floats your boat. I have my profile. That's it. Don't need anything else. I have the skill tree that I told you about, the quests, and you can see the different the different topics that we explore, the type of quest, and the XP that's at stake for each quest. And then you have campaigns, a little bit like in Age of Empires or any other game. Campaigns are, there's a story that unfolds. You have different chapters, and yeah, there's an intrigue that develops as you go further down the campaign, and all the quests within a campaign gravitate around one same topic. So feel free to check them out. This is, for instance, our Rect CTF. So I don't know if you know the Rect leaderboard, but there are a lot of notorious hacks out there. And we just took some of the coolest out of them. That's a bit weird to say that. And we created some situations on the testnet and some contracts that look exactly like these exploits before they happen. And the idea here is that you leverage the same patterns to break these contracts, and you kind of learn the right security anti-patterns to ship production-level code and avoid making mistakes that could lead to potential millions of dollars being lost. So yeah, we have different challenges like that. We always try to give you some inputs, some stuff that you might need before solving the actual problem. And then you have the contract. You can deploy the trading boat on Girly, and that's it. We just give you the right amount of Girly ETH so that you can deploy the quest. And if you complete the quest, you get, again, some more Girly ETH to deploy another challenge on the testnet. So that's pretty much the flow. We have a wide range of topics that are explored, and we're looking to support other stacks in the future. And yeah, that's the fun part here. Once you complete the challenge, you can actually go to the forge, scrap, mix different soulbound items, and create this proof of skills in the form of armor, swords, items. And yeah, there you can monitor also your progress, your ranking, and yeah, the amount of quests that you have completed in the past. That's pretty much it. Forgot to say that we support different testing environments. So Foundry is supported, Hard Hat is supported, and yeah, I really hope to see some folks among the crowd on trying out Node Guardians, trying out the CTFs. That'd be really cool, and I'm happy to answer any question that you might have.